ratchet it up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a... The Buckeyes ready to get this thing started and open the season. On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Ohio's offense will have the football first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Catch in the middle, it's Harris. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. They boot it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Buckeyes offense will try to get something going with their first possession. We've seen freshmen step into the running back position with big expectations many times. David, Herschel Walker, Adrian Peterson, among others, and they hope that they found a guy like that here.
Well, and he's highly touted. He's got the skill set, obviously, highly recruited. Everybody talked about it.
There he goes. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41? Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man, it's Sayin. Pulls it in, it's Tate. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6. Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. That's reeled in, it's Jackson. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. And the Buckeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. Keeps it on the bootleg. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And that play is going to drive the offensive coordinator crazy. Remember, in college football now, there's communication between the coordinator and the quarterback with the headsets in the helmet, and you know he was reminding his QB that time, listen, you cannot take a sack here. Remember, we're in field goal range. If nobody's open, throw it away. His QB did not listen to the advice. He takes a terrible sack, and now they're out of field goal range.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. Power football with the run. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Brings up second down.
Off play action. Plucks it out of the air. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. To the air. It's Navarro. Got it in the middle. It's Jordan. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The Bobcats will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner will be knocked down. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wide open on the move. He has it on the jet sweep. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. They're coming off a national championship win last year, but you got to think this group of seniors isn't satisfied with stopping there.
No, they have tremendous leadership, and this coaching staff, too. That was the one priority in the offseason, fighting complacency, staying hungry to try and chase another title.
And it's hard to do, but you got new pieces and new places and new faces, which is awesome. So it's a lot of guys that haven't won that championship that want to fight for it, that are hungry, and now you mix them with some guys that have also won. It's a good recipe.
The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to return it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll give it to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking.
Brings up second down.
Back to pass. Under fire. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Finds his tight end. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Punt is on its way. Here's the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle, it's Thurman. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Off the boot, looking for his man. Grabbed behind the line. It's Donaldson. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Off the bootleg and rolling out. That's caught. It's Donaldson. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. They'll run play action. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Athens, Ohio, but let's just go with notable. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. And with that, let's send it back to our men at Peden Stadium.
And the Bobcats will kick it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Off the play fake. Got his man quickly. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Sayin. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jackson. Oh, what a move.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They're going to run it. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Trying play action. Oh, they're after him. He'll try to do it himself. It's a fumble on the play. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. Knocked down, but not before. He gets the first down after recovering the fumble. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Defense has been dominant. We reached the end of the third quarter. Nobody's been able to get on the board as we check out the stats. It's easy to think back to 2014, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, the last time we had a game go into overtime as a scoreless tie. Let's see if that's the way this one goes as we start the fourth. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. They'll leave it with him. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's no good. He missed it. After the miss, no change in the score.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
The Ohio U offense returns to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Navarro. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Bobcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Going to try to get it himself. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Bobcats will send out the punt unit. Let's see what he can do with it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. So now it's 2nd and long. The play action fake. Working that left side now. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Off the play fake on 1st down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. A field goal attempt from here would be 54 yards. They'd love to pick up a few on 3rd down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
Well, that's now the 2nd missed field goal for him, and this one hurts because if he makes that, obviously, his team takes the lead.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Pulls it, fired, complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Navarro. Throws to the wideout. Got a man, it's Hendricks. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. From the shotgun, the inside give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Harris. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This for the lead and very likely the win. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And it has been a defensive struggle to say the least, but finally scoring. We've got a field goal on the board.
It is a nerve-wracking feeling as a football player when the game comes down to your kicker. And he has to come through, and Palmer, he comes through with flying colors.
And you know in college football, no field goal is automatic. But there's no college kicker situation here. He drills that right through the uprights. And, David, it looks like his team's getting the dub.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments they can jump up and bite you.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.